as the thing, let me give chat a better look. There it is. Isn't it pretty? Okay. Yeah, we're going to need some initiatives for those of you that are conscious and able to do anything. Shagget, give me a D4 roll, please.
Yes, I was going to ask if I could because I want to see how long he's useless.
Yeah, you're out for 4 hours. We knew that was going to happen, didn't we?
I told you before it was going to happen this afternoon.
All right, so Thelonious is going to go on a 19. Let's get something for everybody else on the board. For initiatives.
Just pulling up the sheet here so I'd have that too.
Initiatives, huh? Okay.
Kyla?
Oh, I should probably
Kyla.
I didn't roll a 1 this time.
21. Someone rolling for Lilith. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna play her since I'm
Why not?
dying.
Oh, Tolgar. 7.
Wow.
All right, chat. Let's see where the thing is going to be on its initiative. And it is, and of course, you guys don't forget. We have dynamic lighting on, so our heroes only see what their tokens see. Go ahead and close out the stream if you are playing, and just pop out chat.
Done and done.
All right. So yeah, like for example, Tolgar sees basically that. That's what Jane sees. What's funny is Thelonious basically sees that. He doesn't see anything that's going on up there at all.
Nope.
All right. Okay, Kyla, with your quick reflexes, you're going to get to act first. What do you want to do?
Have I heard it?
So basically, you would have heard all the rubble collapse, like, and then a kind of strange mechanical whirring sound, followed by snapping, and probably Tolgar reacting in surprise and alarm and saying, "Jane."
Oh shit.
Okay. Didn't sound very surprised or alarmed to me, really, but it is Tolgar. So there we go. Okay.
At which point, you'd probably hear an "oh come on" from behind. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Probably gonna go ahead and work my way over there with an arrow drawn and try and pump a shot in between towards where that thing is.
Yeah, you can probably get a shot. It hasn't actually entered melee combat with anybody yet, so
I don't know what it is, but I'm shooting it.
okay, you can plug it.
And that activates all kinds of fun things about my character here. Get out of here, Lilith. I don't want to see you right now. Okay, Kyla. There we are. So since I'm getting a shot in before initiative, that counts as a sneak attack for me. So I also get my sneak attack damage. Just fun.
Oh, because you're getting the shot in.
The assassinate thing, yeah.
Okay, so if you go first in initiative, that's the thing for you?
Yeah. Basically, it just gives me an extra 2d6 to this attack, and then it's over. It's over. But, yeah. Gonna go ahead and roll my attack there. Should probably mark it as my thing, too, but... it's been a long day. Type is normal? Wait, do I get... I gotta double check something really quick. This character is new. +2 to attack, and then a creature that is surprised is a critical hit automatically. Do advantage on attack rolls. That hasn't. Okay, so I get advantage on this roll.
All right.
I built this entire character around this idea. It doesn't matter. They were both nice rolls. Nice.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. The arrow flies through the air and hits the thing. It grinds along its steely body and kind of ricochets off of it into the chamber behind it. Okay.
I didn't get the sneak attack in there, so I'm just going to throw that damage in there as well. It's 2d6, yep.
Another 2d6
There we go.
points.
Yep.
For another 9. Okay. There we go. Alright, Thelonious.
Okay.
Hearing all this strange, bizarre emotion going on behind you, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to turn around as I can. And am I able to see this thing when I do? Okay.
I mean, you can see it. It's kind of over there in that chamber between Tolgar and Lilith.
Seeing that it's in that chamber, then I'm going to cook up a little spell, and I'm going to cast Shatter on it.
Okay, populate Shatter for me.
I will populate Shatter for you. Spell info?
Alrighty. So there we go. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from point of your choice within range. Each creature in the 10-foot radius sphere. So that's 10-foot radius. That's a thing. Must make a Constitution save throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. A creature made of inorganic material, such as stone, crystal, or metal, has disadvantage on this save, and that would totally apply. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way you can do this without hitting Tolgar as well.
Because I was looking at my question these are 10 feet, yeah? So I've never had to cast a spell like that before.
Well, it's 10-foot radius, right?
Right.
So it'd be centered on the target, right?
So you're going to go 10 foot from the center of the target out.
Okay.
In each direction.
Well, then here, yeah?
So...
Your call, I'm just saying.
You know, I will go ahead and say, because these actually should be 5-foot squares, so that's my bad. Yeah, I would actually say then, based on these measurements, probably just Tolgar.
All right.
So I will say that will apply. So, all right, it's going to make a save. Thelonious, it is a 14 to save against you, and it has disadvantage on that. So we're going to do R, which is 2d20, KL1. It has plus. All right, think this should work. There we go. It fails, so it's going to take 3d8 points of thunder damage.
Okay. We'll roll that.
Not a terrible roll. 14, all right.
All right.
Okay, there's there's a huge eruption, like, as this thing gets struck, and you kind of see it begin to shake and quake. And of course, it echoes throughout the tunnel and all the way down the corridor. Okay, Lilith, Shagget, what does Lilith to do?
She's going to probably spring back a little bit out of surprise, and I'm going to keep it simple, stupid, and cast a firebolt.
Okay,
Cantrip. Pew pew.
That. Oh, firebolt. Okay, that.
Yeah, not fireball.
Fireball. No, that doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
What?
You know, being a big, tough, hard metal thing, it's got a reasonably tough AC. Close but no cigar.
Alright.
Oh, Gar!
Yes.
You used an enrage last combat. There was a break in combat where everything calmed down, so you're probably not enraged right now, but of course...
Okay. I think the noise of the shatter will instantly make me rage.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and rage.
Somebody turn that noise off. Keep it down.
Well, imagine he does hear that.
And I just go, and then take my axe and
okay, so for 1 minute, which is basically
thing.
10 rounds, plus 2 damage and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yes. Yeah, and I will jump in and attack.
You do not hit it. You bring your axe down, but it kind of glances off of one of its forearms. It brings the arm up across, and there's just a shower of sparks. It's like, as it glances off of the creature's metallic arm. All right, it's its turn to act. Okay.
Oh, wait, I have 2 attacks. Wait.
Oh, okay. You want to use the second attack as well?
I do. Sorry.
Wants to do all the things.
And I attempt again.
Hey.
That's a little better. Okay.
Nice.
All right, you bring the
Yay.
axe in, crashing onto its shoulder. Again, more sparks, but this felt like an actual solid blow this time. Okay. Now it's its turn. And right. So it snaps at you with the first set of huge rapier-like scissors. We'll hit an AC of 20. That's a hit, I believe. And the second, I think that's a miss. Is it a hit or a miss?
Miss.
Okay, cool. I thought so. All right, damage. Here. Okay, it slashes at you. It would be 11. You only take half of that, of course. So you're only going to take 6. All right, Kyla. Now, of course, it is in melee with whatchamacallit, and you are 30-ish feet. So
Yeah, I'm basically looking at this thing like I just shot it and it just skittered off of it. I'm thinking back to the last one and how that wasn't a fun time. I'm gonna step off to the side and just be like, right, get out of the way of Thelonious here and just try and shoot some arrows in at it.
okay, loose 2 arrows through the hole.
An arrow, yeah. So I only get the 1 attack, right? Or wait, you can substitute a move with an attack now, or
No, if you've only got
Okay,
one
no.
attack
Yeah, I only have one
characteristic, then
attack,
that's
yeah.
all you can do.
yeah. So just the 1. That is Lilith again.
That's because you multi-classed, you said.
Yeah, it's for the first shot. It's for the first shot. One day it'll pay off.
That kind of paid off. You hit.
Yeah. So just that.
That's it. That hits it.
Nice.
All right. Once again, it kind of rattles across its left side of its rib cage. You see it kind of like, it's denting it and doing some damage, but not a whole lot, based on what it is that you're shooting arrows at and what it's made of. Thelonious conch.
I mean, I don't mean to be a one-trick pony here, but that was pretty effective. So noticing that, I don't think I would.
I jumped in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you do
forward?
it now, you will definitely hit Tolgar.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Because Tolgar got in there down and dirty.
okay, well that just
yeah.
kind of changed. Okay, well since that happened, then I think I would just
I mean,
use. Yeah, well, but
Could
I
still
don't.
use it.
No, I know, but I wouldn't want to hurt
yes,
you
but we'll
because
hit
you're
theirs
standing.
as well.
Yeah, but you're. Oh, nice, Braveheart. No, I'm just gonna cast a firebolt spell. See what that does. Because I don't want to hurt Tolgar, the meat shield, essentially.
Okay.
Tolgar.
So I'll head up there, and then I'll cast.
All right. With a fireball, an 18 is not quite enough to strike the creature with your flaming balls. Lilith.
She's missing one. She's gonna try again. Oh my
and
God.
not for her either, I'm afraid.
Tolgar.
Tolgar.
Oh my God.
What? I'm right up in there, so I'm still enraged, and
Okay.
I will use my axe to slice at those weird long carrots that he calls his weapons.
What?
I don't know. First thing I thought of.
What?
I did it!
Natural 20!
All right. 12, and you get an additional 8
I haven't
points
rolled a
of
20 in years.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right, natural 20 on the board for Dane Ivana.
I just do my other attack there. Oh, that would have been a good hit, though.
All right, but you still got 20 damage in on that first blow.
About 37 damage. Never good enough.
All right. Okay. Its turn. Again, you've pretty much got it pinned in there, so it can't really get out. It's not the most thinking type creature in the world, so it's just going for broke once again to hit you. First set of scissors. Oh, look, I can do it too, Jane.
Whatever.
So that will be a crit on the first one, and the second, it misses.
What the what?
Ruby Hara, thank you for that. Much love. Very much appreciated.
Ruby.
Take your pants off. Alright. Alright, so
all right.
that's a crit. So double dice for you.
Ooh.
For a total of 16, so 8.
Okay.
Alright. Snaps violently towards you with its elongated, sharp scissors. It kind of makes a strange, metallic, kind of like chittering sound, like as it moves.
Do your worst, Edvard.
Yes, Kyla.
Oh, right. Still shooting. Still shooting.
She's like, oh yeah, I probably should shoot at it.
Yeah. See what happens.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Hey,
All right,
nice.
that arrow had a much more resounding clank as it actually hit it solid and dropped to the ground. So it kind of bent in two of the plates of carapace and kind of dug a little hole in there, where now you can actually begin to see some of the inner workings are beginning to become visible. Thelonious.
Now, is there any way we can get Emlen up, or is he just at this point out because we don't have any
You
healing
need some
kits?
form of actual.
Okay.
Even and if anyone could somehow put 1 point of healing on him, he'll be up.
Yeah, which wizards don't do. Okay, then I'm going to just to keep things going here. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere, which only has a 5-foot diameter, so that shouldn't hit Tolgar then, because the whole thing is 5 feet.
Pop it up.
It's a hot ball.
5-foot diameter
Yeah.
sphere.
It's hot
Okay,
little
so it will do a 2d6 fire damage on a failed save or a half. So we're going to make its dex save first. Now, how a flaming sphere works, as a bonus action, you can move the sphere up
move
to
it.
30 feet.
Yep.
So it lasts for a minute, so let me go ahead and get you Flaming Sphere.
Fancy.
I think I have a Flaming Sphere.
You better.
You cast Flaming Spear on Emlen?
Yeah, put him in it.
Just roll the spear at him, you know, like...
Well, I put you inside of it like a little hamster ball.
Wait, if one of us punch Emlen, he'll die again.
Oh no.
And a 5-foot diameter, so it's about half of that, right?
Yeah.
Go. All right. Okay. Okay. So the range is 60 feet. So you want to summon it in there, right?
Yep. Right on top of him.
Okay. You launch your flaming ball into there, and again, you can move it up to 30 feet as a bonus action per round. So if it tries to get away from it, you can choose to do that.
Cool.
All right. Making its saving throw,
Yes.
which it also will fail. So
Nice.
nice. Spells are working well. So that's 2d6 points of fire damage,
Okay.
They
Coming
don't
up.
miss.
Eh.
Doing good.
or 7.
Yay.
Yeah, and it'll just keep sitting there, so that's kind of the thought.
All right. Okay. It doesn't really seem to care. It hasn't it doesn't seem to it's not trying to move. Obviously, it's not catching fire because it's not wearing any clothing or it's made flammable. But of course, metal does heat as well. Lilith.
Melted.
I am going to hit it this time, please.
Come on.
Malconthet, let's go.
Yeah, you did.
For 5.
So much damage, baby.
Minimal damage, but you did at least get a lick in.
It's damage.
Right. It all adds up.
Just damage, just damage.
Olgar!
And then moves further away.
Alright, Tolgar, you're up.
I am a little scared of the heat here. So I do nothing. Just kidding. I
flee!
I run.
I flee for my life.
I disengage
Fire
and
is
make my
scary.
way down the corridor.
Olgar screams,
You're
it
an
just
enraged barbarian.
breathing
Despite
fire.
the fire, I am so enraged, and I stick my face very close to it and continue to attack.
Oh! What is this all about?
Did it again.
Apparently vacations,
Ooh.
vacation suit Jane, because, guess what that was?
Natural 20!
Another nat 20. Alright, 18 with a 6-point crit.
Jesus.
So let's see. What's up, Ruby? Okay, that's one hit. And you hit it again for 11.
Did it again!
Okay.
Take it easy.
Cracking myself up. Over
Alright, yeah, Tolgar is in there just and it sounds like a insane blacksmith going to work, because all you can hear is like tung, tung, as he's just belting this thing with his
Forging
axe.
a new weapon.
Alright. In retaliation to that, it snaps its it fails and it fails. Missed twice.
Nope.
What a wimp.
Alright. Kyla.
I'm a little off-put at this point by the flailing going on, but I'll still try and sneak one in if I can.
Okay.
Kill Stealer.
Oh,
Yeah, not with that.
Never mind.
You jinxed it.
Alright, unfortunately, no. The arrow does not even make it into the chamber, as it kind of like goes out of the end of your bow and skitters across the ground, landing at the foot of Tolgar. Alright,
I don't
Thelonious.
think we get kills for this.
Watch it!
Seeing that little ball of flame still in there, I'm just gonna kind of look and be very pleased with myself and just kind of.
Well, you
flick
automatically, as a bonus action, you automatically get to roll the 2d6 damage.
Okay.
So that
do
happens
that
as
first.
a bonus action before you do anything else. For
Okay.
9. Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kind of look over and flick another little firebolt in there, to see if I can do a little extra.
Alright. Oh, so close. But not quite.
19 again. All right.
Alrighty. Lilith.
Same old.
Nope.
Nope.
Back to the psychotic blacksmith of Barth and Wells. Go ahead.
If she gets another 20, I'm quitting.
Why? Don't quit. Did you say it was my turn?
If she crits, we must quit.
Well, it's actually Tolgar's turn, but you can roll for him, seeing as he's kind of enraged.
Oh, thank you. I will roll as Tolgar. Huh.
Hey, you got
Just
it.
enough to
That
hit by the skinny of his teeth. The second one wasn't, even though it was a really nice damage roll.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And once again, it lashes out towards Tolgar with its super sharp talons.
Just a hit.
Hits twice. Okay, grand total. So the first hit. And of course you're enraged, so you're only taking half of this. Is 9, so you take 5, and the second one, ignore that. Because that's the wrong dice roll. And you also take
20s galore,
4.
man.
So a total of 9 for you.
Okay.
All right. Kyla. Up again. Okay, you notice that the metal on the thing is beginning to... It's got a slight brazen orange look to it around the body at this point, as it's beginning to slowly be superheated by the flaming sphere.
And you said earlier that the insides were showing a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you can... it's starting to look like you guys are... It's clearly damaged. You're clearly having a good effect on it, and it's starting to become a little bit more flanky, a little less fluid, and periodically you can see like a servo or two moving on the inside.
Okay, so it's not like open enough because I was gonna throw my rock in there, but
you could try.
Yeah, I was gonna see maybe.
Well, it depends on how big your rock is. I mean, we're talking.
It's like within my fist. Yeah.
Like a fist-sized rock or like a D20-sized
distraction
pebble?
rock, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you probably couldn't get that in there yet.
Okay. Then I'll try and make enough of a gap to do that at this point.
Well, I mean, as Tolgar's beating away at the thing, you might want to check the batteries on your bow, because this time it also goes and things are. I think you got sold some shoddy arrows or something.
I just threw a slider with an arrow. That doesn't work.
That's twice in a row.
That's not how arrows work.
I mean, you didn't even injure the ground with that roll.
Right? Thelonious. 2d6 automatic.
Look at me, shook its head.
So the 2d6 first, right?
Yep, for your flaming sphere, because that just automatically kicks in. 5, okay.
Okay. Seeing as that sphere is just kind of going to work, I'm just going to turn around and take a look at Emlen and walk over to him and grab him by the ankle and just say, let's just get you a bit more to safety here. And I'm going to try to pull him just a little further to the edge of the cave here just to get him a little more
drag him by the ankle across the floor.
My head hits the ground, 1 point of damage.
Dead.
Yeah, his little horns making 2 little dirt trails behind me here. And then I'm just going to hang.
Okay.
Just going to hang.
Lilith.
I'm going to hit one more time. Come on, Lilith. Let's go.
Nope.
All right, Tolgar.
Nope.
Jesus.
Seems to be that you and the ball of flame are what's doing the work today.
Yeah, I've been...
With a little help from some of the pointy goodness coming from... Oh, that's a hit.
8.
It's
With the delightful amount of damage.
And that is not. Kind of almost
Twice
exact replica of last time.
Right?
Yeah.
Hit with crap damage and miss with great damage. Alrighty. Yeah. Once again, it's turn to snap at you with superheating of its sharp claws. First one misses. Second one... that's... What the hell? No, ignore that.
Okay.
The dice are... automatic dice thing, they're moving a little slower, so... And missed again. Okay, has not hit you. Alright, Kyla.
Now you're safe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take another shot.
Okay.
I can move a little more comfortably into the opening here. But yeah. Maybe that'll make the difference. Maybe this will make the difference.
It might.
That'll be it.
Definitely.
A little bit of a difference, but not much.
Alright, yeah, no, unfortunately not. Alright, Thelonious. Now you have drug Emlen across the cave floor. What do you wish to do now?
I'm gonna kind of survey everybody and just kind of out loud wonder, what is taking so long? And I'm gonna march over with my staff a little more in the middle, and again, with a little more panache and just a flick, make it look like I'm throwing a bigger spell in there, but it's just gonna be another firebolt.
Okay.
Just to show, like, look how much more I'm doing than everybody else right now. So I'll draw that up and cast.
Let's do all the things that you want to do. Yeah, not with that one.
That's
all
okay.
right.
I just want to make it look like I'm doing more, though. Is more, yeah.
Lilith.
The 2d6, right? The dice?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Did you not just... No, you didn't. Or did you?
I have not done that
No,
yet.
you have not. You're correct.
Thank you. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Come on, firebolts, let's go. please.
Oh! Lilith's fireball thrower is clearly malfunctioning. Tolgar.
I'll spend 1 second of my turn just turning my head and just glaring at everyone. And then get back to
Contemplating
hitting.
whether or not you should enrage them next.
Yeah. I'm like, what is happening? Why is no one helping me?
Nope.
And then you miss.
I see, that's what you got. You distracted yourself. And
That's what I get.
That hits for 14.
Yay.
All right. Okay. It once again snaps at you with its talony claw type things. Miss, and that's a hit. All right. For 7 points of damage, but you also take 4 additional points because this thing is incredibly red hot now, all over.
Guys!
So you take a total of 11, so 5 points of damage. Actually, no, you take all of the 4 because that's heat, and you're not resistant to it. So you take 4 from the scissory hands themselves, but 4 from the molten red heat as it singes ash. Okay.
Wait, no, I do have the Totem Warrior Bear, so I'm resistant to all damage except sight.
Oh, do you? Oh, in that case,
Cowabunga!
in that case, then take 2 of that off.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So actually, you only take 2 of that 4 then as well.
Still not
So a
great.
total of 6.
Sorry, I'm being so weird.
That's because what happened. She went on vacation. Weird and strange. Alrighty. Kyla. Okay. You think it's possible at this point you could, with the perfect pitch, manage to hurl your rock into the workings?
I'm gonna run up and try my best.
Okay.
What am I rolling for that?
You're gonna basically make a ranged
Dex
attack.
Okay. I think I just get a +2 to that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Learning how to type today. Okay. Here it goes.
All right. Okay. So
come on.
you hit really close. It kind of goes, dink, hits the thing, and then kind of bounces off. You could retrieve said rock as an
There seem
action
to be
if
some
you
rocks
wished.
on the ground next to me.
There's plenty of rocks on the ground. If that particular rock does have 0 sentimental value for you, by all means,
I mean,
grab another rock.
I didn't name it with much thought. You know, it was just another rock to me.
All right.
So
Thelonious.
yeah, I'm gonna grab another rock.
Okay. Theo, it is your
so
turn, Theo.
2d6, my god.
Does all right.
And let's see. God, I mean, there's really not too much more I can really do here. I'm gonna look at look next to Lilith and say, no, you're putting your weight into it all wrong. You need to do it more like this.
It's
And again,
Leviosa. No.
make some really over the top cast.
I mean,
Okay.
it shoots right over Kyla, who's bent over looking for a rock.
All right, yeah, that was even worse than any of her efforts. See, that's what you've
yeah.
been doing, and that's what you mustn't do.
Well, I'm gonna play it off like I wasn't trying to hit it, but more of it was an instructional thing.
Oh, right, yeah. All right, Lilith, did we learn
So-
anything?
At that, Lilith is going to say, as I've heard Spook say many times, oh, for fuck's sake. And she's going to take out her whip, march up here, and try something different. And
Okay.
do a whip attack.
Whip it good. All right, yep.
There you go.
Hits it with the whip.
Whip it on the head.
Alrighty. Of course, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to a metal thing. But hey, it looked good and it felt good. Tolgar.
I
Just kill the thing.
attack it
Oh.
very terribly.
Oh.
You hit it that time.
I got one.
All right, you hit it for
There's
12.
different firebolts going not on top of the creature.
Okay, it is beginning to really struggle now. You're noticing it's like, as it instead of like having any fluidity, everything is like, everything is all jerky and systematic. It seems to be breaking down. Okay, Tolgar. It lunges forward with one of its sets of pincers. See, clearly is malfunctioning badly. And the second one also does not hit. Thelonious.
Alright, we got the 2d6 here. Alright.
9, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Show us how it's done, man. Show us how it's done.
Show us how to do it.
It's gonna be Firebolt again, as much as I don't want it to be, it is. Here we go.
And that's not how it's done.
Nope.
Never mind. Okay, Lilith.
Lilith, being close now and frustrated and flustered, is probably going to hurt herself a little bit, and she's going to do a shocking grasp.
Okay, so
reach
she's
out
trying
and
to reach. She wants to reach out and touch somebody. Okay.
And she has advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal. So
I would say that most certainly applies, even though it is not technically armor, but it is entirely made of metal. So that hits.
And she probably takes some damage too.
Points of damage. Okay. So she grabs hold of the side of its arm and like... Okay, you can see like lots of blue sparks begin to run up and down through the huge gap that you've begun to create where all the servos are. You notice the whole thing kind of goes... and begins to almost look like it's having some kind of fit or seizure. Holgar. Under the circumstances, with it being in such a state, I'll give you advantage on your attacks.
Really?
Okay, I was kidding. No. Yes, really.
Man. Okay. Seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's effectively
it's probably
immobilized.
giving its neck up to me, so I'm going to.
For just a couple of seconds. So,
Yeah.
that's a hit.
Okay.
For all the damage.
Middle.
And that's a hit.
Nice.
Something's
Alrighty.
wrong with it.
Okay, give it another good couple of belts. Okay, it seems to recover as the last of the little blue sparks disappears. It lunges out one set of claws in each direction. It's like one towards Lilith and one towards Tolgar. Tolgar. Hit.
Yeah.
And Lilith. Is also a hit, I believe.
It was slow on my end, but
Yeah, mine too.
yeah, that's definitely it.
Okay, Tolgar, you receive 12 plus 1d4. Oh, what is going on here? Alright, so 12, 13, 14, so you take 7 points of damage, Tolgar. Lilith. Okay,
Yeah.
she is going to... Ooh, 15 from the sharpened claws.
Ouch.
And is singed for a further 3. 18 points of combined piercing and fiery burn damage.
Yeah, she doesn't like that.
She doesn't like those apples, huh? Alright, Kyla.
I think I was skipped last round, but
Oh, were you?
I think so.
Oh, well then,
Yeah.
throw a rock for last round and for this round, if that's what you want.
I'd probably throw a rock this round, and then after seeing someone get hit, switch back to the bow.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so hurl that rock in there.
This is the rock. This is the rock. Yeah, no.
Nope, okay.
So then, seeing the rock just going, oh hell with it. Just bring out the bow and shooting it maybe in the face. Maybe. Okay. You'll see. You'll see where it goes.
Well, you are... That would be a disadvantage because of how close you are at this point.
I'd probably back up then, yeah. For the shot, but I already rolled it, so I'll just roll another d20. I already missed, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a miss.
Right. Okay,
And then I'll use a movement to back up.
Alright, Theo!
Alright.
Thelonious!
Nice.
Max for 12. Nice.
There we go. This is gonna be the one, I feel it.
Okay, the whole thing now is glowing orange. And you're noticing where the finer points were along its back, like it has these little pointy, almost like alligator-style raised rims all the way down its tail. The tips of some of them are beginning to melt.
Okay.
Alright, what do you want to do other than...
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to melt it.
Melty.
With this.
Come on.
It's a hit!
Yeah!
Finally!
Did it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah, it is, surely it cannot keep going for much longer. Lilith.
Alright. I'm gonna do a shocking grasp since that was so effective.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I mean, it's really hot now, so...
It's molten hot. If she lays her hand on it, it is going to burn like a mofo. It'll be like her putting her hand on a hot red grill and grabbing it for a few seconds. So, she's going to take damage. Sure.
No,
and she would know that she's going to take damage.
She took damage, a lot of damage last time, so she'll just disengage.
I feel like she would have done it just to say that man's not hot.
Nah, I think she would have disengaged.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, you got to be pretty ballsy to grab hold of something that red and molten at this point. Okay, Tolgar.
Yeah.
Tolgar's up there working on his tan right now.
Tolgar don't care about no little fire.
He's all up in there working on his tan, getting bronze.
So do I still have advantage on these things?
No, that was only due to the effects of the shocking grasp.
Okay.
Ooh,
well,
that's the worst you could have done.
One.
Boys!
Well, we're going to go from one of the worst possible rolls you could ever roll to...
Natural 20!
Really darn close to the best possible hit, too, there it goes.
Alright. 3 20s today, Jane? Holy crap, you're making up for it.
Making up for last time.
Alright, this time, seeing, not because it's planned, just happens to be where he swings, because he's not really picking his blows in his enraged state. Comes back and the axe blade goes straight into where the opening up between the carapace is in its chest. It goes smashing in there, cutting through several servos and several iron rods. The upper part of the thing kind of just goes and just flops over, completely lifeless. You hear several grindings and churnings, at which point you then hear what sounds like metal kind of buckling inside of cogs. And then eventually the whole thing just... and is laying motionless at Tolgar's.
Can I just say that since I don't know if I've ever fought something like this, that doesn't indicate dead to me because I'm used to like blood. So I think I would keep hacking at it, not knowing he had died. I'd be like, "Come on, guys!"
All right, so Tolgar, even though you can all see that the thing is clearly void of mechanical life at this point, Tolgar is still beating it and beating it and beating it into a flattened iron mess. Do you want to cancel your Bernie ball?
Yes, with the snap of my finger.
Azanthrax, thank you for the cheer, my friend. Much love.
Quite a sum of that. Quite some cheer.
So yes, I don't know if you heard, but I will cancel the spell. Yeah, of course.
Oh, you didn't want to put it on it. Okay.
No. Well, nah. I thought about going through his pockets, but I didn't.
We're gonna have one of those campaigns, aren't we?
Okay, it's still hot. It's still glowing at this point, but the vibrant orange color is slowly becoming a dull red, and then eventually the thing will be more of a blackened, charred color as little bits of kind of a flaky burn begin to fall off the metal.
I'm gonna walk up to Tolgar, who's going nuts, and kind of just try to like cautiously pat him on the shoulder as to not get whacked myself.
Give me
Enraged.
a perception. Yeah, you'll probably get hit. Ah! Hey, if I was playing the barbarian, that's exactly what would happen.
Yeah. It's like, hey.
Hey, Tolgar, tap, tap. Oh! When Tolgar says, don't ever creep up on me when I'm enraged, he means.
He never said that to me.
True. Not yet.
You don't mean it. Yeah, give me a dice roll stat for perception.
Okay, it's perception. That's a skill. Okay.
It's on the second column. Begins with P.
Ah, you're right.
14. Okay, you almost dismiss it, but out of the corner of your eye, there seems to be... You notice that behind the thing, there seems to be a flat piece of possibly rock or granite or something laying on the floor, kind of half covered by its tail.
But
Right.
I'm in the way. Smashing.
Hey, can any of you finger wigglers do something to cool this down?
One moment. Are you still hacking away at it, Jane?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and make a little bit of blood spurt out where she hits.
Alright, so I'm hacking, and what do I see?
So as you hit down on one, I just kind of go, and you see essentially red...
A red fountain squish out of it.
I see the red blood, I immediately end my rage and look at it. It is done.
I'm going to walk up and yeah, very good job. I think you got it.
Alright, yeah, so yes. Tolgar is able to kind of step back and slowly calm himself down with deep, heaving pectoral muscles going up and down, up and down.
Heaving pectoral muscles.
There seems to be a bit of a thing that it's covering up there on the other side.
Yes. Hold on one moment.
Move it.
Yes. And again, I'm gonna cast, and my little mage hand's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna see if I can pick up the end of its tail and just kind of move it over.
Mage hand can lift how much? 30 pounds?
I think it's 5.
I think it's only 5, but I'm just trying to just get the end.
If it's 5, it's not going to be able to lift it. This thing's solid metal at that end, so unfortunately, it can't quite lift it up. It like reaches over and grabs it, but it's just like, you know, you get this really bizarre idea all of a sudden. You're like, you know what would be great? See how that mage hand can't actually pick up an item no matter how much I try? I've got this concept. I'm going to get all these kids' toys and put them in this machine, and then I'm going to have a claw, and it's going to come down, and you put a gold piece in, and no matter how much they try, it will never have the strength to lift the toy.
It is actually 10 pounds. Does that make a difference?
If it's 10 pounds...
I'm looking right at it.
It can probably lift up, yeah, it can probably just about lift the tip up.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Lift the tip?
So I'm trying to lift that tip.
The tip.
Okay. Lift that tip.
So I'm going to lift it up and look over at Kyla. You're on.
No, I mean, cool it down so we can move the whole thing so we can see what that...
Well, I lifted it up for you to go take a look closer. You want us to move this entire thing? I can't.
Can I step over the pile of molten dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of room for you to kind of step over the arms into the opening. So, and with him raising the thing up, you can probably quite easily just reach down there and grab it and slide out whatever it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
All right. Okay.
Take a look at it. See what's going on with that.
Okay. It appears to be some kind of greenish stone that is etched with weird and bizarre markings. However, it clearly is not intact. It looks like you probably, depending on which way the markings are supposed to go, you either have the bottom or the top of it.
But half of it. Alright, I'm just gonna work my way back with that.
Alright, okay.
And show it to, well, probably the person who would know anything about it is the guy with the pointy hat.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Ooh.
Huge!
Didn't happen to know
I
anything
just
about
enlarged
this
it for
giant
your
50
preference.
this giant 50-foot thing I was carrying. Made completely out of stone.
But
Anyone
that's
else
about
question how
actual
much
size.
want?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely no form of writing that you've ever seen. And it also seems to be pretty faded in places as well. So even if you could read it, you're not entirely sure that you could read all of it.
Okay. So as he hands it to him, I'm going to get really excited because I love things like this, and you're going to hear the tail go as my mage hand disappears as I completely not pay attention to it.
Oh yes, let me see here.
Am I able to discern anything from it at all?
Rely on a particular skill that you may have, or?
Yes, I would. Would that be history, arcane? I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm looking at.
I would say it is most likely, you're looking at it from a learned standpoint. History's not going to really play into it, but Arcana definitely might.
Okay. So I'll roll the Arcana check.
Yeah. Pretty okay. It is definitely a form of what you believe to be a runic writing. You might have seen a few pages that you skimmed over in one of your old master's books when you used to sneak into his study. You don't recall a whole lot about it. You do know, though, it was in one of his older books. And from what you recall, it is supposedly from an ancient and very dead language.
Yes. This is very old. It's ancient, even. It's a dialect I can't really make out at the moment, but I know that it could hold something if we could unlock the language. And he's gonna be rambling more to himself than anyone listening.
Okay.
Old
All right.
man, would you happen to have a spell that could tell us if it's magical?
Oh, well, of course. What you think that is something I wouldn't be able to do? Just 1 moment, please.
I wasn't trying to put it past you.
And I'm going to cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay. Cast your spell. Focus hard on the thing. It itself does not radiate any form of magic.
Ooh, interesting. It does not have any magical properties.
You're
Perhaps
not
it's some
entirely
sort
sure what type of stone this is, though.
Okay.
Perhaps it's a sort of key or something along those lines. Further investigation shall be necessary.
Right, well, you're carrying it, and then I'm gonna go walk off.
Absolutely.
And I'll put it in my satchel.
Okay.
I have something I want to be doing.
What does
doing
Tolga want to do this entire time?
Well, first I want to see if I can touch. Like, is it still really hot, or can I touch this creature now?
It's definitely. It's still kind of pretty warm and hot, but it's not unbearable to touch at this point.
Okay, well, I like calluses anyway. So,
Probably
you
have
just
them.
see me. I just start dragging this body down over this way, and I just start laying it out flat. And then I also start laying Emlen out flat in 2 lines next to each other.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not saying a word.
What
Okay.
is he doing?
So you basically stretch the thing out nice and neat, flat, and then you. How do you want to lay Emlen? You want to put him in the
Right
dead
next to
pose,
him.
or do you want to kind of put
Yeah,
him?
the dead pose that I usually do, right next to this creature.
Okay. Are you putting the creature in dead pose as well?
Yes.
All right. So Tolgar,
Dead
he
pose.
basically goes. He stretches out. Emlen, puts his legs together, takes his hands and places them on his center of his chest, and then he turns over the huge metallic thing and takes its huge arms and puts the 2 scissory things together and puts them on his chest. And you notice he meticulously straightening the tail to make sure that there's no curve in it.
Yeah, me next. I'm just gonna go ahead and like.
You're not dead.
No fun.
Wait, you think your friend?
Let us leave this place.
Wait. Hold, you think your friend is dead? Is that what you're doing? What are you doing?
Yes, he looks clearly deceased.
No. He's just.
I wouldn't want to say passed out because I don't know if she'd understand. He's just asleep.
If he was asleep, he would wake up and help us. But look, and I'm gonna like think.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and just like go over and actually I'm gonna try and pick up Emlen at this point and carry him. It's just like we'll just take him out with us.
You're ruining it.
I am. I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up and start carrying him out.
Okay, I suppose we can bury him next to the ones outside.
No, Tolgar.
Clearly, I'm not even distraught that he's dead.
Yeah, that was
Lilith is gonna probably speak up and say, "Look, I did all I could. What are you talking about? He's not dead. He's just a weakling."
Yes.
Weakling he may be, he's still alive. We need to get him out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and just start walking out if Tolgar would let me.
Okay.
Tolgar, excuse me, Tolgar.
I would shoot.
Okay, so you guys are all you're pretty much just gonna exit the place. And Kyla, you're trying to carry Emlen?
Yeah, I've kind of got him over my shoulder.
Okay, what is your strength?
16.
Yeah, no problem. He doesn't wait. Alright, so you walk out past the line of dead, bloated rats that Tolgar previously meticulously lined up in a perfect line. I don't think Jane was here for that part either. Yeah, they found some bloated rats, and you lined all of those up in a neat little line as well. Okay, you don't need to do that. I'll just go ahead and cut to the outside of this place right here. Okay. Alright, you step outside into the bright sunlight and have to shield your eyes momentarily because obviously it's so dark and dingy down there with little to no light.
Just put one of his horns over my eyes.
Hey, real quick, Gore, since we just kind of transported out, I would have been looking for rubies as we walked out of there. Don't know if there are any in there, but I would have been paying extra attention knowing that there's a possibility there was some down there.
All right. So you're just going to kind of like do that as you go. Well, actually, before you all leave, let's see. Everybody that was over there where all the rubble was, everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
So Tolgar, that would be Tolgar, Lilith, Kyla, and everybody except the unconscious one.
Okay. Hey.
Did mine roll? Oh, it did. Yikes.
Oh, no.
Hey!
Ooh!
Well, that doesn't count for me, but Lilith rolled.
Natural 20!
Okay, well, it would appear that where the rubble was that was covering that hole, there were actually a handful of small rubies in amongst that. Both Kyla and Lilith, and indeed Tolgar, spot a few. I will roll to see how many there were total.
How many do we need?
It was just something they wanted if we found any.
Okay, you find a total of 7 rubies that are hanging out. None of them are particularly huge, but they are rubies nonetheless.
I've probably got 7 of those.
Out of the 7, you got all 7?
Only 7 of them.
About 6 ahead.
Right. So let's see. Based on the rolls, Lilith got a natural 20, so you both got 3, and Lilith has got. You've got. You've got 2 each, and Lilith got the 3.
Okay.
As you all scrambled to grab. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. So for the second time, now we're back outside.
Okay. I'm putting Emlen on this cart here.
All right.
Gonna
Okay, so
slide
you
him
drop
down onto it a
Emlen
little bit.
onto the cart.
Violently.
Okay. I just stood him on it and let his upper torso and head just fall straight back. Okay, upon hearing that, Joseph Colton comes scurrying out from his hut. And look... Oh dear. I warned you! I warned you!
Ah, he's fine.
He doesn't look fine to me.
He's tired. Ah, hush. I'm gonna go ahead and just give him one of the rubies so he shuts up.
It doesn't look fine to me either.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you have no idea what this means.
Right, that old lady, where does she live?
Well, obviously, we're back in town. I can take you there if you like.
All right.
You didn't happen to find any more rubies, did you?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Lilith, but I don't think she divulged her 3 rubies at all.
What do you mean, no more rubies?
Well, you've got 2, Tolgar.
I have 2 right here.
Okay. Do you want to give them to Joseph Colton, or?
I just say that out loud. I don't give them up, but I'm just like saying, "What do you mean?"
Okay. Upon saying that,
you just show them and like, what? There's right here.
Joseph Colton comes up to you and he goes, "Oh, if you don't mind, they'll come in handy."
For what?
Oh no.
Well, you don't remember
I'm gonna be behind him like this.
That foulsome beast that arrived and landed on the roof right before you went in the cave with the lion's head, the huge spiked tail, and the ginormous bat wings. You see, we pay it in red rocks or rubies to stop it from attacking the town. It's kind of like an agreement we have. It leaves us alone as long as we pay it off with these red rocks.
I will pay with the rocks on my hands, my fists.
Oh, so
do you get it?
Absolutely. I understand. After all, I mean, it's not like we were paying you. You've definitely earned the rubies. Far be it from me to quibble over a couple of small, very valuable and precious gemstones. Well, if you'd like, I can lead you back to town and take you to her house.
Yes.
All right.
Might be able to help with this one, and I'm just going to gesture to the goat.
Yeah. So just for the record, Emlen has like open wounds that have kind of been patched up, but he was poisoned, right? So his skin is kind of blackened. Like,
yeah, he received venom from that thing, as well as numerous bumps and grazes. But honestly, most of his wounds are superficial.
Okay.
It's really probably the poison in his blood that's causing him the largest amount of discomfort.
But I imagine there's varicose veins, right? Like you can see.
Well, if you remember where it hit you, all your veins went black, kind of popped up and went black in and around the impact point. So yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
All right. He said, "Follow me." Begins to head down the dirt road. Yeah. What are you guys doing with Emlen?
Oh, we're gonna bury him next to the other 3 bodies.
No.
Elgar wants to bury him.
Just wants to bury him.
I'm not dead!
Not dead yet.
Yes, he is!
We can awaken him from his slumber, Tolgar. Maybe you could possibly take the reins of this cart and help us transport him back to town.
Yeah, Tolgar could pull that cart if he wants to.
No problem.
Splendid.
Okay, so is that what you're going to do? You're basically going to grab hold of the cart and begin to tug it down the road? Oh yeah, once you get it rolling, it's not hard at all.
Once he does that, I'm going to try to, as carefully as I can, sit on the edge of it, as
so
to not
make
alert him.
Carry you as well?
Yes, but not to alert him that I did. I just want to very cautiously sit down on it.
Once it's moving again, it probably wouldn't be any harder for him to pull with you sitting on it than with. Even if he notices, it's not going to actually burden him anymore.
Your tiny wizard butt.
I love how Tolgar wants to bury his best friend without even checking to see if he's still alive.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. It's
what's the point? You're obviously dead.
Except I'm breathing, people. Little shallow tiefling breaths.
Yeah, that's a rumor. It's all rumor. You're not really alive.
You'll just have to teach him that when you're away.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, let's take you back to Banforth proper. All right, yeah. So you guys wander into town, and if you're following the lead of Joseph Colton, he takes you down the main street, up past the building to your right, which by the looks of it also has several carts outside of it. And casually you can kind of see that there is a sign that says it belongs to Aofor Hale. And then above that it's got Cartwright. Okay, so he takes you to this right here back. It's one of the smaller, meeker, simple one-story buildings. It's small, but reasonably well constructed. It's not run down and collapsed or, dilapidated. He lives in there. Don't forget, she's a bit of a weed.
So is he. I'm gonna gesture to the goat, Emlen. I keep doing that.
The goat.
I am the goat.
Okay.
All right. I think we'd go up to the door.
Go up to the door.
All right. Yeah. You approach the simple but plain door and knock on it. You hear basically what sounds like this.
Oh no, this won't do.
Getting closer and closer to the door. Finally, it opens, and you can see that the old woman has got a walking cane that she's walking with. She looks at you and she says, "Oh, it's the strangers. If you've come to find out more about your fortune and fate, I can tell you no more. The cards have already spoken."
I do want to know more.
I'm not talking to you, big fella. It was her. She was the one.
Know my
and
fate?
He's pointing at.
It's quite well enough.
He's pointing at Kyle. Oh, she's pointing at Kyle.
I was just wondering if in your talents you happen to be able to deal with this kind of thing. I'm going to gesture to Emlen, who's probably passed out.
Bring him in. Bring him in. I am down there by the fire on the rug.
How close to the fire?
Close enough to warm him, but not close enough to burn.
All right.
At this point, I will have you know my hoodie's probably well off because she was dragged by an old man.
Okay, so she looks at him. She says, "Oh, so he was cursed, was he? These horns mysteriously appeared on the top of his head."
Yeah, those have been there. He's just like that.
How long has he been this way?
His whole life.
A tiefling, or you mean in this condition?
A what? A
Dead.
tiefling? What's a tiefling?
He was born with the curse, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, he's cursed. Oh, don't know that I should be meddling with curses, you know.
It's
you
just
heal
more
the
his
dead soul?
wounds, yeah.
She kind of like is looking very ominously.
Mostly dead.
She uses the tip of her walking stick to kind of like pull back his clothing to reveal where the wound is, where all the black veins are emanating from, and as they go all the way up his neck beside his ear. Like, oh yes, it looks quite fatal. I'm sure he'll be dead by morning if he's not already. Nothing we can do.
What did you say?
Nothing we can do. He's going to be dead by morning.
I'm gonna take 3 paces toward her. Say that again?
Oh, and I thought I was hard of hearing. Nothing we can do. He's dead, you see? Like,
You see,
dead.
he's dead.
He's not dead. She's saying he will be dead, although we can intervene and save him. So...
but if it's cursed, you say if it's cursed, it's especially with these evil-looking horns, it's probably best to let him die.
No, it's just it's a turn of phrase.
Trouble it is. Do you happen to have any kinds of medicines?
I have several, but I don't know that I want to give them to him. I mean, have you seen those horns? Did you not see them
I'm gonna hold up 2 gold pieces. Do you happen to have any kinds of medicines?
Oh, I don't have much use for money. In my younger years, you might have gained my interest by loitering vast quantities of cash. I'm gonna hold up 4 of them. I'm just gonna be like, do you have any use for... Okay, give me a diplomacy skill roll.
Okay. Diplomacy starts with a duh, right?
Yeah, duh for diplomacy.
Duh.
I don't see it on the sheet. It goes to deception. What's diplomacy? Diplomacy doesn't exist, Core?
Oh, sorry. It would be persuasion. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Persuasion. I'm still thinking 3.5. Yeah.
Me too.
Persuasion in 5e.
Okay.
All right. You see her. She's like,
Nice.
well, I am rather fond of the mead back at the tavern.
This buys quite a lot of that.
I would indeed, and it is still quite cold in my old bones. I'll give it here.
Okay.
All right, so she takes it and she looks at it and she says, "The Bamforth Tap House and Inn." Then she kind of like tucks it into the side of her skirt, and she says, "Hold on a moment, I've got to go to the kitchen."
Right.
Bring him in here! Throw him on the table!
She's exactly the wife from the miracle pill part.
Okay.
Yes.
You're gonna go ahead and carry him in.
She's stoking the fire. And then you notice she goes and get a small pot. And begins to... She opens up a cabinet and starts, like, running her finger along various little wooden jars. And this, and some of that. A couple of these. Lots of these. 2 of those. 3. I better not put that in there. Wait, what was that last one? Oh, I didn't put that next to the... No, that's quite fine. Yes, that's fine. Yes, not a problem. And she carries on.
It's a problem.
She starts grinding it all up into a little, like, pestle and mortar. Then she tips it into a small boiling pot. Tips in probably about 2 or 3 cups worth or mugs worth of water and puts it over the fire. And now we wait.
How long?
So, your friend, is he allergic to anything? I won't be held responsible if anything happens, and he's allergic. Didn't tell me.
And we won't be held responsible for anything that doesn't work.
Well, no, I mean, I understand. I promise nothing. Promise absolutely nothing.
Neither did we.
I'm making
I'm
a
just gonna
poultice
sit down
to
comfortably.
draw out the poison, you see.
So how long's the wait?
No, it just has to get boiling and then let it go good and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Goes, but don't worry, here's one I did earlier. And reaches it to no, she, it takes her it gets boiling within 5 minutes, and then 15 to 20 minutes, keeps kind of looking at it and giving it a stir, and then you see her going, not yet, not pungent enough. Eventually, she kind of drains off the excess water. She throws it on a couple of, like, large pieces of, like, browning leaves. And then she starts patting it down, and it kind of like starts to make a brown poultice that's got a really pungent smell. Okay, she says, okay, pull his collar back, expose his neck.
I don't know him that close. You might want to...
We're that close.
Okay. Are you sure you want to use this and try to save him, as opposed to just wringing that neck? Because that was probably for the best.
There will be no wringing of necks.
Fair enough. Don't abide by these strange people with horns, but never mind. Okay, so she slaps it down onto Tolgar's neck. Goes there. Now we just need to let it sit for a while. Let it do its work and draw out the poisons. Because I'll have to change it again in a few hours. I suppose you better leave him here. I mean, you're welcome to stay, but it's going to be a little while.
I'm going to plop right down. I won't leave.
Right, but they got beat at the...
Just a moment ago, you were ready to bury him. Now you won't leave his side.
Well, if he's dead, I don't want him left with this old woman.
But he isn't dead.
He's most likely dead.
Yeah, he's very nearly dead, that's for sure. I mean, your large friend here has probably got the best idea. Honestly, a nice, proper burial would be... I could highly recommend burying him outside of town. There's already 3 graves been recently dug. He'd look quite nice laying next to them.
Yes.
You know, unmarked grave and all.
I would definitely mark it with his horns on top.
What the
Oh, no.
Now Tolgar wants to cut his horns off.
So you would dislodge his horns from his head.
No, we're in agreement then. We're not going to worry about the poultice and trying to draw out the poison. We're just going to go ahead and arrange for him to be buried.
Yeah, yes, we're doing that. And he's going to be fine.
The burying. We're going to bury him. Yes?
No, not that.
Oh.
That's not going to
Well,
make
will you
him
make
fine.
up your mind? The big fellow here is all for burying him, and you two
Oh,
seem
God.
to want to
Do me a
save the
favor.
horned one.
Stop talking.
Fair enough.
Keep doing the treatment. He'll be okay. And in the alive way.
Well, based
I
on
will
what
make
the
sure she
card
continues the
said,
treatment.
perhaps he is destined to die anyway. The tall spire that we saw in the cards.
You have to understand that if we get to that point without him, it makes it one more likeliness that would be me. I'd rather he be there.
Yes, that
Well.
does make sense.
In theory, it does. Of course, whoever's destined to die is going to die anyway.
But I don't know who that is.
Is it the old man?
It is not. Tell them it's not me. Tell them I'm demanding.
I do not know who it will be. The cards merely said that if you entered the Dark Spire, one of this girl's company would die.
I'm going to take a piece of gold from like the side of the table and just kind of inch over towards her and just be like trying to hide it a little bit. It's the old man. It's the old man.
Okay, she
She's a
pockets
card
it,
scammer.
and she turns around and, you know, she starts putting more stuff in the pot. She goes, I better get this ready for next time. And then under her breath, but loud enough to hear, you hear her say, of course, age isn't on the one with the hat side. That's true. Statistically, I mean.
Oh no.
Well, see, that wouldn't bother me because I've thought she was bat from the beginning, so I wouldn't care.
Oh, just more. See more ramblings from a crazy old culture. Doesn't mean a thing.
All right. Okay, well, if you're just going to stay with him, after a couple of hours, she replaces it. Now, about 4 hours later, Emlen slowly begins to see his eyes open. And Emlen realizes he is laying on a kitchen table in some cranky old bag's kitchen.
Oh, Satch!
We lost
Oh,
that.
You just went to go eat pizza.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Was it
Well,
Skype? Well, that's a perfect time for a
time.
break. Lebet Nan Caro's hut. 80-year-old, dark gray-haired, in a short kind of bunnish woman. Emlen is beginning to stir. Like, aha, it's working. Drawing out the poison.
Where are we?
That's gonna do.
Emlen, you're alive.
Says, 1 second. And she takes the hack off of his neck, rolls it into kind of like a taco shape, and then sticks it under his nose. Like smelling salts. She goes, there, that'll get him. That'll get him.
I'm gonna
Emlen.
roll to the side and open my eyes and look at everybody. This isn't the cave.
Well, returns to a hit point, sir.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes.
Just the
No.
one.
This is an old woman's kitchen.
Smells like it.
What happened to you?
You were there. What
I
happened
almost
to
buried
you?
you 3 times.
And you were there?
So we killed that infernal beast.
We did. And I also killed the metallic beast.
I'm gonna sit up on the table and kind of look incredulously at Togar. Metallic. What?
Yes, I saw this shiny thing in the wall and I pulled at it, and then there was a metallic beast. I killed it till it bled.
Killed it. Bread.
I'm just gonna look like longingly to Kyla and Thelonious for further explanation.
No, she's telling you the truth. She hacked at it until it bled.
I am a male.
Oh, boy.
So we were successful.
Yes, we were.
I'm
Not
gonna-
many thanks to you, unfortunately, but yes, us as a group here was very successful.
Well, Lebet says, well, he seems to be fine now. Off you go, then. Off you go. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's her. It's Kyla's friend.
Yes,
Hey.
unfortunately, with the one who we figured would be able to help you the best.
Yes, she said.
Call her friend. She's taken quite a bit extra cash. I'm just gonna start walking out.
She made 5. She's made 5 gold off of Kyla.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stand up kind of wobbly, not exactly sure of myself, and then proceed to search my possessions. Starting with my book and, my backpack and all my other stuff.
Everything seems to be there.
Get
As
on my
far
back.
as you know. As
Jiggle
far
my
as you can
coin purse.
remember.
I'll carry you to the tavern.
No, I just let me walk. And I'm gonna look at the old woman's walking stick, and I'll be like, "May I?
No, you may not.
You have
I'm
an
much
extra."
older than you. You're going to recover. I won't. My arthritis isn't going to get any better. Oh, an
So
extra one. Oh,
I'll reach over and hand him my quarterstaff and then kind of shoot a glance at everybody and say,
I do not need it. I'm in peak physical condition.
For now.
Okay. As you do that, you notice that she's pulled a broom off from the cupboard. Like she was about to give him the broom handle. If you got something, that's fine.
So
Yeah,
it's actually funny because Emlen has a quarterstaff of his own, so he's just gonna use both of them to kind of like stay.
Oh, he's
still.
gonna
Emlen's
steal it.
skiing.
cross
Just weekly to the tavern we go, please. I need food.
On the
All
way
right.
there, I'm gonna ask
Slowly
how,
leave.
on the way there, I want to ask how hard it is to actually remove his horns if they just pop on and off like a hat.
You're going to ask Emlen that?
Yeah,
Why would you want to remove my horns?
thinking about burial once you die.
You thought I was dead.
You looked very dead. I just wanted to give you a proper burial, place the horns prominently on top.
Did you even check to see if I was in fact dead?
Yes, I poked you and you did not move.
Look again at Kyla, Lilith, and Thelonious.
Again, she is being honest. She did poke you and you did not move.
Stop calling me a female pronoun. I prefer the male gender.
Now, all of a sudden, Tolgar is now politically correct on everything as well. He's not just OCD.
I'm gonna hand the staff back to Thelonious as we get in the tavern.
Okay.
And then using my own, I'm gonna sit down and be like, "Oh,
Thank you. I don't necessarily need it back, but I do appreciate the gesture. Thank you."
And take it. And then use it to walk to the table.
I appreciate not being buried with my horn being scalped, basically.
For some reason, I can't collect Kyla. I might have to refresh.
No, do not worry. We wouldn't do that to you prematurely. Although I must ask you, what were you thinking getting that close to such a ghastly thing?
Right now. All right.
Yes,
Okay. So you wander back into the Bamforth Tap House and Inn. I guess you want to snag another duel.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
As we do that, I'm going to look at Thelonious and be like, honestly, blame this galoot over here. And I'm going to gesture towards Tolgar. For 2 years, he's been trying to get me to be more physical and up in people's faces. You know, like the barbarian way.
So why don't you
try to
just
teach him?
simply tell him no?
Well, it was part of the arrangement we had. I helped guide the tribe to its current state, and I don't shy away from physical danger. I honestly thought the damn thing would keep being distracted by Tolgar with his axe, so I could get in from behind and suck his life.
All right. Well, Ada Stone comes up to you guys and slides her handwritten menu on the table for you to look at. Well, you're back then. What can we get you?
5 hooches.
5 what?
Hooches.
Sorry, I still didn't quite hear you.
5 hooches.
5 hoochies. Oh, okay. 5 hooches. Fine. Okay.
Why did you make me laugh?
It's the way you said hooches.
All right. So she wanders off and promptly returns back with 5 large shots of hooch. Okay. What they consider to be hooch, some kind of sour corn mashed whiskey. It's got a very sharp kind of acidy flavor to it. And it doesn't go down particularly smooth, but it does have a solid kick.
Okay.
So, it was a mistake to go up against that thing, although it did speak to me, and it basically said that it was going to kill us all.
Oh, they found something. I'm going to point at Kyla and Thelonious.
Right. Dimes.
Yes. Take a look at this. And I'm going to rummage around in my little rucksack and pull it out and put it in front of Emlen on the table.
Okay, so he lays it down. It's like a fairly loud boom. So it's a stone slab. It is about a good inch to maybe 1.25 inches thick. It's probably about 1 foot wide. And it's about 1 foot tall, but as I said, it looks like it clearly has been broken. Whether this is half of it, a third of it, you've either got the top half or the bottom half by the looks of it. And much as described before, there is some very faint yet strange carved marking.
Can I do a check to see if I know anything? Arcana check?
Hey, you haven't looked at it yet, so you can make an Arcana check as well. If you know anything further, you
That's
probably...
about what he rolled.
I was about to say, you can pretty much confirm what Thelonious believes. It's clearly an ancient form of runic writing, probably based on the squiggles and the way it's curved and stuff like that. You guess that it's possibly some form of arcane language. But again, nothing you've ever seen.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Thelonious and be like, whatever this is, it's old, and, well, it's obviously only half of it.
Yes, I believe I deciphered the exact same thing. There's nothing more you could tell from this or gather.
Well, I mean, there was a devil protecting, and you said a metallic thing?
Yes, it was like a metallic bug of some sort. Giant insect-looking creature. Yes.
Go ahead and give me, both Emlen and Thelonious, give me another Arcana check in relation to the bug.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, yuck. Wow.
That's Lilith. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh no, I'm on the
okay.
because I was dead.
Then proceed. Continue without any additional information whatsoever.
Yes, I've never seen anything quite like it. It gave us a bit of trouble, but nothing that we couldn't handle, even with you in your state.
Yes, but the devil, I mean, that those things don't just walk around willy-nilly.
No, it was probably left possibly by the one we're looking for.
So, left as in summoned, yes.
Perhaps, yeah, is that something you know more about him than I do? Is that something he would be able to conjure up?
Ooh, do I about DeWint? What kind of magic he dabbled in? Like if he dabbled in summoning, necromantic kind of deal, or... Because I spent a year with him.
Yeah, and I've just heard rumors, so I would assume.
Okay, so yeah, it's fair to say you know some things about Orthan DeWint. No, he wasn't really... Never really dabbled, that you ever saw at the very least, in any form of necromancy. He spent a lot of time enchanting, and he was known for creating... Like he would do things like he would cast. It was like a mercenary mage. He literally used his craft to make money. He would cast identify spells for people, to do detect magics. He created various different potions, and also a few basic magical items he used to sell as well. He was much more into enchanting than anything else.
Okay, so after I say summoning and Thelonious says that, I'm just be like, well, he did enchanting more than anything, and that corrupt council member we dealt with was reanimating corpses. That's not exactly summoning them in, right? I mean, he's just using the corpses. And
now, of course, you know, it's been a good few years since you messed with Orthan DeWint. So, and in fairness, he probably, if he was into corrupt and vile evil magic, not that likely he'd have done it in front of you, so...
No.
You know... But you certainly never witnessed anything like that in while you was spending that year figuring out how to rob him.
So I'm just gonna shrug weakly at everybody and be like, I honestly don't know. But if this is it magical? Did you test that?
The stone tablet, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, there is no magical properties that I could decipher from it.
But the words obviously are. And if there was another half to it, could be a ritual, I guess.
Could be, or thinking perhaps a key of some sort, maybe to something. Possibilities.
I mean, obviously there was something down there that he was interested in, and he obviously got it. And left those things to us. Right?
Yes, I mean, he did have... It seemed 2 guards to be protecting this one piece. Why wouldn't he take it with him, though? Maybe he got what he needed from it and didn't need that piece anymore.
Break it apart and have it be a part of the ritual?
So you're thinking he may have the second piece of this?
I can't think of anyone else.
Yes. Interesting.
That doesn't, of course, help us with where to go now.
Yes, it is very true.
So you don't think people like Joe Colton have seen this
Funny enough, as you speak his name, the devil doth appear. As Joe Colton comes wandering over.
Spoke to me.
I'm glad to see you back up and walking around again.
Barely, but thank you.
Well, if I were you, for my part, I absolutely you've got my gratitude and thanks. I mean, it means we can all return to work and the lads will all be happy. The mines will be back open and Bamforth can be earning a wage again. You might want to go and let Normand John Bristow know about it. Let him know that you took care of the problem. And if you don't mind, don't mention the fact that I tipped you off about the grades. Just stir up trouble for me.
What about this? I'm going to point at the tablet.
Yes. Oh, that's a lovely green rock you've got there. Oh, it's got squiggles on it.
Never mind.
Have you ever seen a rock like that before in this area?
No, can't say I have.
Is there a geologist?
Now you say that. No. Now you say that. That weird fella that was here, the one that I told you wanted me to take him round the mine and show him all the different places that we'd dug.
Yes.
He asked if I'd seen anything. He didn't say anything about a tablet, but he did specifically say if I'd seen anything like a strange green stone, if we'd found any in any of the caverns or anything like that. He never said a tablet, if that's what you're calling it, but he did mention a green stone, and that's pretty green.
And there are no other green stones like that around here in the mountains?
Not that I've seen. Definitely not with them fancy squiggles on it, anyway. But no, I mean, we've been mining here at the Bamforth mine for a couple of decades, and I've never seen the lights of that stone before. Lots of granite, coal, iron ore, and as you know, rubies. But,
Is there any other mining towns nearby?
Mining towns? Not that really you consider mining towns that are like Bamforth, that the entire town grew from being a small mining colony many, many years ago. No, not like this.
And any of the surrounding towns have something of significance, like something that sets them apart from other towns and villages.
Well,
that would interest an intellectual, let's say.
Interested intellectual? Well, I'm not well travelled, me, to be honest. I haven't left Bamforth in a long time. I mean, to the southeast, you've got Hoddenden on the Mere. If you follow the river from the lake, you find the woods, and on the other side of the woods, there's Lowestoft. And south of Hoddenden, you can find Mindenbrook. None of those places I would consider to be worthy of intellectual study, though. All quiet, quaint places, really. Well, Hoddenden's a bit built up, but, good fishing town, Hoddenden, but not a mining town.
Who is it we need to talk to?
Well, no, I just thought you might want to let the town burgher, Normand John Bristow, know that you'd took care of the mine. I mean, I can tell him if you want, but I wouldn't take credit for it.
Thank you.
Never know, he might show enough gratitude to slip you a few coin, or at least pick up your tab here at the tavern.
Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. You've done us all a favour. At which point he kind of wanders over and stands on the corner of the stage of the teeny tiny stage that you remember the world-renowned bard was only yesterday, but he is not here today. It would appear that Renard Caslow Quinn has left the building. But he stands there and he says, listen up, everybody. I'm pleased to announce that the cave-in has been cleared. The mines have been declared safe. And tomorrow we'll be back to work. And you notice several of the... hey, about bloody time. And then you hear that, you work-shite bastard? You gotta go back to work tomorrow.
I'm just gonna go look at everyone at the table and be like, do we just continue eastwards?
I was thinking that since he was headed out that way, if we catch him out there,
Well, we don't know which way he was headed. That's the problem. But I mean, I don't imagine him doubling back. We probably would have heard something more recent, no?
more than likely.
Have someone on the road east who might have some knowledge.
Oh, there is no road east from Bamforth.
Oh.
At the mountains, it runs out.
Go south and then east again.
The only way of going east is either airborne or an arduous mountainous climb. Or you could take up mining and continue to mine eastwards through the mountains and do the town a favor.
How about we go to the burger and then make our decision afterwards?
Sure. Yes, let's do that.
Alright, okay. So you all want to head over to Normand Bristow's house, do we?
Yeah.
Righty then.
Take us back.
Oh. Okay. So you go wandering back down the street to the larger house. I'll take you to Bamforth first. Go ahead and put. Alrighty. Yep. So you end up back down here with the large building with the two different front doors. You guys knocked on the one to the left previously. And you recall that that was kind of like a living quarter or living room.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll knock on the door.
Same door or the other door?
The same door.
Okay.
let's knock on both and see which one he gets to first.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that and bang on both doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
You go over there, I'll go over here.
Okay.
This is the coordination I like.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, 3 gets the left door first. 4, 5, 6 gets the right door first.
Left door.
Where was he?
Left.
Okay, the right door.
Left shark. Oh.
Okay. Well, the door swings open, and you do see indeed. The well-dressed burgher Normand John Bristow standing there looking at you, and he says, "Oh, come back to see me, have you? Come on in."
We shuffle on in. I take a seat.
All right. Yeah, it's a fairly small, quaint room. It's got a table with 4 chairs, a bench, the door to the left, which you can assume probably connects you, based on what you remember before, to where the cozy living quarters are. And other than that, there's a coat rack. That's about it. This is a fairly plain and uninteresting room. About the only thing you can hear is the faint crackling of the fire coming through the door across the other side of the room. Is there anything I can do with you? Did you find your friend? That you were looking for your friend that came here before?
Crumb. Yes.
Yeah. he's in fact no real friend of ours.
Oh. You described him as a friend before?
And then you described him as a evil bastard, right?
No, I didn't say, well...
We are not evil bastards like him.
Let's just say that he came here under the guise of being a merchant that was looking to, as I said, purchase some of our fine iron ore, and, well, that's not entirely what happened, is it?
Yes, truth be told, he swindled us as well.
Oh, I see. Well, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? It would have made things much easier.
I understand that, but you must understand that, look at this man. We told the truth, they'll think us evil bastards, which we are clearly not.
What? When you say look at this man, who are you talking to?
I'm going to gesture to Tolgar.
Oh, okay.
It helps to come across as more friendly, because we don't mean anyone here any harm, and, well, we kind of want to get what we deserve from him. Does that make sense?
Well, depends on what you think you deserve. But you didn't find him here. As I said, it was a couple of months ago, and he has long since left.
Right. Well, he owes us some gold, to be honest.
Oh, really? Well,
yes. He swindled us, you see.
Ah. So, tell me more about this fellow. What do you know about him? As you know, he came here and was inquiring about the mine, and then mysteriously, after he'd been here a few days, there was a terrible cave-in up at the mine, and he'd disappeared. The mine's closed and has been ever since, I'm afraid. You know, since the cave-in, we can't have people going in there. Way too unsafe.
I'll say he's a bit of a magic user. Tends to use his unnatural talents as a way to win over the hearts of others and basically stab them in the back.
Maybe that's how he caused the cave-in, then.
It's more than likely.
That would make sense, yes.
Have you actually seen the cave-in for yourself?
Oh, yes. Go inside. It's a terrible, terrible cave-in right at the entrance of the mine. There's room to get through it, but, of course, being that it's now unsafe, any more could cave in at any time. I couldn't let the townsfolk risk their lives by venturing down inside. No. Until we have somebody come that can actually firm up the mine and take care of the cave-in problem, it's entirely too safe. As I said before, 3 of our miners were crushed in the cave-in incident.
You're gonna feel like a pat on your side, Thelonious, as I kind of push you towards him and give the little...
Tell him everything?
It's clear he's still covering.
Yes.
I have a headache, so please.
So I'm going to walk up to him. Can I sense that he's... Well, I guess we've already done this, but I'll ask anyways to kind of get some direction. Can I tell that he's still lying about the cave? Well, I mean, at this point, can I discern?
Based on the information that you've been told and the you examined one of the bodies. The person was clearly not crushed in a cave. Right. I mean, that was obvious. And you know that Joseph Colton told you that he and the burger fabricated the cave-in as an excuse. So, at this point, either this guy's lying or Joseph Colton was lying.
Okay, so I'll walk up to him and say,
well, we did have a closer look at one of... Well, I'll just be discreet. We had a closer look at one of those bodies that was crushed, as you say. And, well, I know...
You mean you exhumed him?
Well, that's a bit of a strong word. We had a closer examination.
That's not right. That's not right at all. You can't go digging up dead bodies.
Well, whether it be right or not, it is what happened, and it is here we are. So I believe you do know that what you are telling us is false information, yes?
False? I don't know what you're talking about. The cave-in. Yes, there's definitely a cave-in. It happened. Yes. If you went up there, you saw it yourself.
Yes, we not only did we go through the cave, we cleared the cave and made it safe once again for all of the workers to return to work.
Cleared? As in, removed all the rubble?
Rubble and some other unsightly things that were down in the bottom of the cave. Did you have any knowledge about maybe something that this Octavius Crumb may have left behind?
Maybe some evil extraplanar outsiders. I don't know.
Well, we're getting to that. We're getting to that.
So from behind, you're just going to see Emlen show his wounds.
Okay. You
I thought you were doing like
this Octavius Crumb.
Yes.
You're certain now. So he's not a friend of yours, yes?
Oh, absolutely not. Which is why we're trying to find him so desperately.
Because he owes you money.
Yes. Lots of it.
And he's a wizard or something.
Or something.
Well, yes, no, you're quite right. We believe that he put something down there in the mines to keep us away from stuff. Fabricated the mine cave-in because well, quite honestly, we didn't want all the miners to panic and, well, leave. After all, who would go and return to a mine with something hideous and vile that was killing miners? You see, when we found the 3 dead bodies, myself and Joseph, it was clear to us that something had happened that wasn't altogether natural. Much like your friend there, what he's showing me on his neck. The others, as you examined one of the bodies, you probably saw. So we talked to Libet Nanacro. She said that it was the work of something vile and wicked, and that in order to protect the town and not bring a curse upon us, we should make sure that the bodies were buried away from the rest of the corpses. So we didn't bury them in the graveyard. We, on her advice, buried them out towards the woods. And, well, for the sake of the town, of course, I fabricated the story of the cave-in, as you seem to understand. But you say the nefarious thing is gone? And the mines are safe?
Well, relatively safe. You may want to have an actual inspector come and make sure that it is wise for people to go down and begin work again. But the 2 things that were plaguing the mine have been taken care of. There were 2.
There were 2 of them?
Much to our surprise as well, believe me. But we are professionals. After all, we took care of the problems. And so it is relatively safe for you to continue your work in the cave.
Oh, well, wonderful. Your friend Octavius, I wasn't entirely truthful when I said I didn't know anything about his departure.
Yes, that's what we were hoping to find out from you. If you had any idea about where he possibly went after he left town here.
I do, I'm afraid, and I must say I'm a little distraught that he might do something equally as wicked to the fine folks of Horrendon-on-the-Mere.
Well, then please divulge the information to your good friend Thelonious so that we may stop.
You just did.
Well, yes.
You went to Horrendon-on-the-Mere.
Yes, I heard him.
Well, no, I don't know that for certain, but he did say something about Horrendon. Initially, he said he'd came through Lowestoft, but I suspect that might not be the truth. He said that that's where he came from, and he was looking to purchase iron ore and coal for sale in Lowestoft. But when he departed, he seemed to be in furious mood. And I get the distinct impression that he was looking for something very specific. But the way he was so upset and agitated, I would hasten to think he didn't find it. And needless to say, he did mention that his next port of call was going to visit Horrendon-on-the-Mere on his travels eastward.
And this place is southeast if we follow the mountain, basically. How far?
Well, no. If you go back across the bridge, and travel a little bit further to the west, there's a crossroads. You can travel south. If you follow it south, we'll actually curve through the hills directly Torrendon on the Mere.
Is there a faster route from here to there?
Definitely not on foot or by horse or cart that I'm aware of. Traveling, to try to cut your way directly south from here would take you through very difficult and rough terrain along the outskirts of the mountains, and that would probably take you far longer than going up and around and taking the road.
And is there a way we can get transportation? Like can we purchase horses and maybe a carriage or something?
Well, we do have a cart right in here in town. He could probably sell you a cart. We don't have a lot of horses, but you might be able to find somebody willing to part with one to pull a cart.
I was under the impression that we had a horse. I'm gonna poke over to
Tolgar.
I am not
That's
a
our
horse.
horse.
I eat horses.
He says, listen,
gotta watch you eat.
You have done us a great service, and if you'll give me just a second. He turns and wanders through this door. He kind of pulls it closed behind him, but not completely all the way. You hear what sounds like a wooden drawer slide, and then some chinking of coin. And a few moments later he returns. Now then, not a wealthy town. As you understand, mining has been very quiet for these past few weeks. So I can't afford a lot, but I have 75 gold pieces here that I've decided I was going to... I'd collected it from the town. I was going to hire somebody to come and act as a mine inspector and pretend to repair the line, and then Joseph was going to take care of it. And I suppose technically achieved the same that he, even though it would have been fictitious, has done. So here's the 75, I'll pay you this. And here's an additional 25 gold from my pocket. If we can ensure that discussion that we've just had about the things and the fact that it wasn't a cave-in at all goes unmentioned anywhere around town?
I do believe that could be a deal that could be struck with everyone, as I kind of turn around and look at everybody behind me to make sure they're all kind of on the same page.
75 gold for your hard-earned work, and 25 for your discretionary silence.
Ah, yes, wonderful. I believe that would be splendid, thank you.
He slides the money off onto the table.
I'd be going over there to pick up 5 of it immediately, and I'd just look at Emlen.
So I guess I'm taking 15.
Okay. Alright, I guess Emlen got that hint. Tolgar probably doesn't know exactly how many his share is.
I'm just gonna wait till everybody takes and see what's left.
Okay. So is that what everybody's doing? Everyone's taking 20, except for Emlen, who's taking 15, and Tyler, who's taking 25?
25, yeah, I'll take 20.
Okay, alright. So after everybody's taken a small handful, there's a little pile left. Everybody else seems to have gold, so it's probably, what's left is probably Tolgar.
I pocket it.
Okay.
So, this Cartwright, where is they?
You follow the road, right across the street. When you get to the
I know it.
intersection.
We saw the sign for it.
Yeah,
Joe Colton showed us.
Right.
You were dead at the time.
I was dead at the time.
Alright, so I'm gonna, thank the guy and leave.
Alright, okay. You wander out of his building back into the streets of Bamford. Okay, and yes indeed, as Tolgar rightly remembers, he is able to take you straight to the Cartwright. As you get to it, you can hear loud hammering coming from the right-hand side of the building.
Okay. Let's go around there.
Yeah.
I'm lagging behind a little bit, but I'm keeping up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of point to Emlen, point to my staff again, and kind of look at him like,
I'm using my own staff, so I just shake my head. Thanks.
All right.
Every time you say point, I just imagine the actual token point.
like this at it.
All right. As you walk to the side of the building, you can actually see there's a couple of people there. They've got a cart that's kind of up on wooden blocks, and they've got a wheel, and they're hammering it into place. The gentleman stops and looks up and wipes his brow. He has blonde hair, medium build, probably looks like in these early 40s. And he smiles at you and he says, "Oh, hello! Airford Hale at your service. Do you have a call, you have a cart need repairing, a wagon need re-canvassing?"
We need a cart.
Oh, you'd like to purchase? Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, I've only got a couple available at the moment. I've got this one here. As you see, we're just putting the wheels on it. It's kind of a dappled grey sort of cart with the side rails. Really, it's meant more for carrying hay bales and stuff like that. What is it you need the cart for?
Traveling.
Oh, I see. And then I've got this one, but this is more of a flatbed cart. When you say travelling, what sort of distance? How many people?
Well,
town to town.
There's 5 of us.
Do you have a horse?
No, I don't have a horse, but I can recommend where you can get one. Well, as I say, I've only got these 2 carts. Neither of them's really large enough or suitable for your purposes. I could make one.
And how long would that take?
Oh, a couple of weeks.
No.
And if you expedite it, speed it up?
Slightly less than a couple of weeks.
No. We will take one of these.
Well, they're about... In theory, you could all fit on one. But it would be incredibly cramped. As I said, the brown flatbed has no sides. So, you know, things would very easily roll off unless they were secured and tied to it. The other one has got a rail on the left and the right, but no back plate and nothing up front. These are really meant not for riding on by people. These are to put different types of goods on and have them pulled by a horse or a donkey.
So what if we take the one with the railings, and over the next few days you shore it up and you make it sturdier? Obviously, we'd pay you for the service.
I could do that. I could modify it.
Yeah.
I could have that probably ready by tomorrow. Again, I can't make it any bigger, I'm afraid, but...
Can you make us smaller? Just kidding, I don't want to be smaller.
Yeah. Can you make us smaller? Big fella. Put your leg up here on this wooden stump. No, yeah, at best, 4 of you could probably fit on that cart. It would be a hella cramp with 5. But you could do it.
And theoretically, someone could sit on the horse itself, right?
You could do that, yeah. That would work.
And about the horse, you said you knew someone.
There's a stable that's down attached to the local tavern, the Bamforth Tap House. You can inquire if anybody's willing to sell their horse down there. We don't really have a horse trader as such. So you can always ask.
Well, please modify this for tomorrow. And we will, of course, purchase it from you.
Fair enough. I'll take care of that as soon as I can.
Thank you.
All right, okay.
I say we get a horse and then rest for the night.
That sounds great.
Yes, you need to regain your strength that you lost.
Yes, very much so.
But that's all you had. I'm just gonna start walking towards the.
All right, so we're gonna go try to procure a horse.
All right. Okay. So you head down to the stable and inquire. All right. Well, there's nobody actually willing. There's nobody who is selling horses. That doesn't mean you might not be able to convince one of the two people that are there that have a horse to sell it. So.
Well, who are the people that own the horse?
Basically, one of them looks like it's an out-of-town merchant that got in this morning. The other one, until recently, his horse was utilized to pull the cart from the mine down to the town and back. So logically, now that the mine's back open, he'll probably want that. But hey, that doesn't mean that everything isn't for sale at some price.
What you think?
No, go ahead.
I think we're gonna say the same thing.
No, probably not. Actually.
Oh, never mind. What are you gonna say? We're gonna murder him and take it? No, I would. I'd probably want to talk to either of the two and kind of get a feel for which one might be easier to swindle, which one has maybe less of a mental fortitude than the other.
Definitely not the merchant.
Yeah, I figured.
Plus, you're smart enough to realize if he came here on a horse, he's not likely to want to walk out of here.
Right.
So now, the other fellow, of course, he's less bright. But with the mine being announced that it's going to be open again tomorrow, obviously, again, they're going to want their horse.
So what we have to do is convince him before he finds out the mine's back open.
I think he heard it.
No, they made an announcement at the tavern, so it's all over town
already.
Now. Yes, blame bloody Joseph Colton for...
Freaking Joe. Let's kill him.
I think we're forgetting. We have, like, a liquid sex nugget we can just launch at this guy.
Yes, you do have Lilith if you want to let Lilith work on it.
I think we should let Lilith.
Okay, so, Daggett, you're playing Lilith tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make with the flirting.
Oh God, you're not really gonna make me do this, are you?
Abso-friggin-lutely.
He has made us do terrible things.
If Lilith is going to, if Lilith is going to do this and you're playing Lilith, then I'm afraid that's on you, buddy. You've got to take care of it. So,
he's right.
All right. So this guy who operates the horse for the mine, what's he look like?
All right. Let's see here. Okay. His name is Renton Beald. Renton is about 5'6". He has a little bit of a pot belly. If he had most of his teeth, he probably wouldn't be as unsightly as he is. But he has got kind of a weird situation going on with his hair. It's kind of like patchy. Like he looks kind of like a dog that had the mange. But as I said, he's not the ugliest guy in the world. He's not completely repulsive. Lilith, you've got to remember, Lilith has taken one for the team and slept with a monstrous man who basically looked like Mr. Creosote. So, to her, this is just another acting.
and he's sitting at a table, right?
No, he's actually, you're out at the stables right now. His horse is outside and drinking from the trough, and he's sitting next to it going, There, Bess. You get to go back to work tomorrow.
Oh.
And shag it.
So Lilith is going to approach the horse and Renton from the opposite side, so there's a horse between them. And she's going to climb the steed.
She wants to get up on the horse?
She's going to get up on the horse, boobs are jiggling, you know, all seductive like, hair are flowing.
Okay.
And
This is what Shaggy likes.
And she's gonna have her elbow on the horse's mane, kind of like on top of the horse still. Kind of, It might be awkward if anyone else did it, but it's fucking Lilith, so why not? And she's gonna be like, "Hey there."
Okay. He rather surprisingly, as she starts to climb up, he's like, "Hey, what you doing? Oh, hello, lass."
As she's, sorry, go ahead. As she says, I was gonna cast prestidigitation to make a smell of like lavender and vanilla mixture.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Perfumate air.
Yes, just to add a little bit of that, just a little extra.
Okay. Hey, who knows? Every bit might, every bit could make a difference.
I'll make dove noises.
Here.
And I'll shoot him
Doves
with an
are
arrow.
romantic.
Oh, shoot him with a Cupid arrow, Kyla.
Yeah. That's a spell I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Cupid's arrow.
Just kill the guy.
So he says, he looks up and he says, do you make a habit of climbing up onto strange horses? Oh, this is Bess, by the way. She's my mare. As you can tell, she's 13 hands. Very strong back. You know, she's just about fully mature. She's had a nice, quiet few weeks, haven't you, Bess? Grazing in the fields. Tomorrow, though, she'll be pulling the cart. Now, tomorrow morning, Bess will be, we'll have the cart, and all the miners will get on the cart, and Bess will take them up to the mine. And then, as they bring out the ore, good old Bess will haul the cart back to town to unload. And then at the end of the day, all those hard-working miners, Bess will take care of them and bring them back to town for a nice cold beverage. They won't have to work. Won't have to walk home, will they, Bess? Not as long as we've got you. Do you like horses, do you?
So Lilith is going to listen to all of this, and as he's like petting the Bess, and she's going to kind of like lean over, you know, using one of the arms to stay on top of the horse, but kind of get closer and closer.
Right. So basically,
so she's kind of like
in the most compromising position she possibly can.
Yeah. Okay. Just getting like her face closer to him as he's. You notice
he's swallowing an awful lot. Yes.
You love your horse, don't you? And then Lilith's gonna tussle his patchy hair a little bit, like twirl it a little bit, the front part, you know, like alfalfa, like, you know.
It's very, very mild for this time of year, isn't it? Almost feels a little warm. Why don't you let me help you down? Oh no. Perhaps you'd like to go for a little ride. I could lead you once around the stables.
I would love to ride your steed. Okay. And she's gonna get up and kind of like scoot to the back. So you can get in front.
Come on, Bess. We're going to give this young lass a nice ride around the tavern. And he starts to walk slowly, leading the horse around the back of the tavern. And literally, as he's doing so, he's like, now, as you can tell, Bess has got grey flanks. And he just starts waffling on about all things horse-related. Like it's the most interesting thing to him in the world.
So, so Lilith has her arms around his waist, holding onto him, and...
Oh, no, he's not riding the horse. He's holding the reins and leading the horse. He's basically giving her a little pony ride. He's sitting there as the horse, just clip-clop slowly around the tavern.
So Lilith is going to say, it's getting awfully lonely up here. Why don't you join me, and we'll ride together?
Well, if you'd like to go for an actual ride, we could gallop up to the mine and back. You'll be surprised. They say Bess is a draft horse, but she's quite nimble. She's not just got a strong back, have you, Bess? Because all right, scooch up then. And he climbs up, gets behind her, and awkwardly gets his arms kind of around, and he's holding the reins kind of like with his fingertips, trying his best to not to touch things inappropriate, which is incredibly difficult considering it's Lilith.
And she probably would make that even harder. So
she'd probably deliberately lean forward to rub against him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, you guys are all standing there, and you notice that the horse goes down to the crossroads and then breaks into a canter and heads up the center of the road towards the mine.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
The end.
All right. So yeah, he rides all the way up to the mine. Is Lilith going to do anything other than enjoy a awkward pony ride with a strange man?
She is going to breathe into the back of his neck as she rides with her arms around his waist. She's going to point out scenes that are romantic and inspiring. Like, oh, this tree looks beautiful, and the mountains, and this, she's going to put on a whole act.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would say she's got a fairly good chance of winning this guy over based on what you're doing. So, at what point does she want to try to broach the point of acquiring this horse from him? And is there anything else she wants to do prior to, to bringing that up?
Oh, that's a good question. I think she's going to see the ride through to the end. I mean, she's not going to just broach it while they're approaching the mine. It'll be the kind of thing you do when we're getting back to the city.
Okay, so basically on the way back into town. Okay, yeah.
So she's going to start by saying something akin to, the mine has been closed for so long, and when Joe Colton made that announcement, all the men were so happy to hear that they were going to be working again. All that pent-up energy, and then she's going to rub his pot belly.
Oh my God.
Drinking the beer and the mead, not getting the workout you need.
All right. As he's heading back, you hear him, he look under his voice, Lilith hears him, says, oh, shit. I'll tell you what, we'll come into town on the other road. And he actually comes on the outer road. As he's walking through, you notice that he keeps glancing over to the left. Like he's trying to keep a very low profile, as if he's trying to avoid a certain somebody.
Well, so I have a few friends, you see, and we very quickly need to go to the next town, Horndon-on-the-Mare.
Oh, a lovely place, Horndon. Fantastic fishing.
I was wondering if we could borrow your steed, just for the travel itself, and we'll return, of course.
But Bess? Well, I don't think needed here, aren't you, lass?
I have a room in the tavern. No, and I'm gonna try my charming voice.
So forward.
Okay. Thralling voice has begun, and she gains +2 competency bonus on deception, intimidation, and persuasion. Once per day, she can attempt to use it to charm a humanoid. All right.
So forward.
So is that what she's doing?
Yeah, it's mention that we need the steed, and then mention the
I'll kill you for it.
All right, Lilith. He is going to make a 15 willpower save. Has no bonuses in this, so it's a straight D20 roll for him.
Oh.
So the question is, does the fear of his good lady wife overcome his desire to have a roll in the proverbial hay with Lilith? Let's see.
Nope.
She's a fearsome woman, but that's an awful lot of woman to pass up, especially for someone like him. But I think you're saying.
What do you think I'm saying?
Well, I don't like to say in case I'm wrong, but you did mention.
Oh, I got it as far away from the innkeeper as possible. You could climb in through the window if you like.
Well, if it's my house is fantastic. Well, did say Botta.
Of course, and we'd pay you too. I mean, it's not like you wouldn't have some recompense for the time lost.
And we do need the money. I was to go home to Adelaide and tell her that extra coin that much.
So at this, Lilith, and Spook might kill me for this, is going to take out one of the gems, the rubies she has.
Oh, okay. All right.
She has 3, right? So she's going to take one out and be like, and of course this.
Okay. With that, and because he is under the charm, I would have normally I'd say give me a persuasion check, but seeing as he's under charm and I don't think a roll is necessary. He failed his wisdom check, so so I get the ruby. We go to your room, a quiet lie down, and then I loan you this. You're coming back after. You're coming back to Bamforth.
Absolutely.
How long are you going to be gone?
Not more than... Well, how long does it take to get to Horndon on the mare?
If you're riding a horse, I mean, Bess understands she's not really riding horse, or akin to pulling a cart or wagon. But last time, be it 7 years ago, me and Bess, when she was just a young mare, we made it. I think it took us about 3 days to make it through to Horndon.
So
Was it
2
4?
weeks?
Hell, I can't really remember.
3 days there. We do our business. We come right back. So 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, no longer. And then she's going to nibble on his ear from behind.
Okay.
All breathy,
You see him kind of like chewing his bottom lip, like. You need the money. You don't perhaps have any gold instead of this red rock, gem?
Well, we'd give you gold as well.
Oh, how much gold?
What would 2 weeks? What would 2 weeks be in terms of payments?
I don't really know. 2 weeks. Would 3 gold be too much to ask?
We'll give you 6.
Oh, I think we have an accord then. 6 gold, a ruby, and right. Let's. You said, well, do us a favor. Go upstairs to your. Or go round to your room and open the window, and I'll nip in back.
Okay. Very absolutely.
Okay. Is she gonna do that?
Off. Yes, she is.
All right. Yeah. He nips in through the back. Am I taking it that Lilith is she going to do anything sinister, or is she going through with the accord that she's come up with?
I think she'd go through with it.
All right. Then we will leave that at that. And consider yourself
a horrible person who's playing Lilith all wrong, but I don't care.
Consider the fact that you now have a horse for technically 2 weeks.
Mission accomplished, I guess.
All right. Hey.
Yeah, no, Spook is going to have a lot of things to say about what I did wrong.
I'm not entirely sure she'd have done a whole lot different.
Well, not double the offer of gold and everything.
See, that's what made me laugh. Like, hey, big boy, you want me to overpay for your horse and then you can still sleep with me? It's like, well, yes.
Yeah, but to be fair, we're not giving the horse back, so...
I know.
Obviously, yeah.
End, good,
Bess,
right?
yeah, Bess clearly is going to be the property of you guys. All right. So.
And what's this guy's story going to be? I made a deal with. Look
at the gold. Look at the gem. What do you care?
Yeah.
Well, it's what happens when you're not here. You get your character.
Okay. All right. So the following day, you want to go back to the cart, right?
Yes.
All right.
So we heal up, right? I mean,
so you will get a long rest. Yep. So everybody will get, because of our homebrew rules, add that little bit of extra tension. You will heal 20% of your max hit points plus your Constitution bonus for a long rest, and all arcane magics and all that. You will.
12. Okay. All right.
There you go.
I have to subtract the 2 from how much I gained back.
You won't know. You'd have to take any off.
Okay.
If you don't have a bonus, if it's like a minus, or something, just do this full.
All right.
You're not so unhealthy that you actually damage yourself.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, that's. All right. So, have Bess, the horse, and you head back to the Aefor, who has put a nice little gate on the back. He's actually put boards on the side, so instead of it just being like a little fence, and he's put a runner on the front to sit on. So it actually is, for all intensive purposes, it is a full-fledged cart. It's just a pint-sized one. You know, there's not... Basically, if one of you rides on Bess, and the others are in the back of the cart, kind of just sitting 2 on each side, it will hold everybody.
I think I would be the one to get on Bess.
Well, you do definitely take up the
horse.
I mean, she's a good 12, 13 hand. She's a big draft horse. She can easily
since
support
I like
Tolgar, and you do take up an awful lot of room.
Fought wars on horseback, so I think I know.
So, Aefor, seeing as you're going back to see him, is right. I've made the adjustments as best we can. Does that to your satisfactory?
It'll do.
He says, right, well, obviously, you've got yourself a horse, I see. Well, you'll need a bit and bridle. I can provide that. So, let me see. Bit and bridle, a couple of gold for that. The cup. So, let's see. About 18 gold pieces, please.
How about 16?
Emlen's just gonna hand over 18.
Okay.
Come on!
Tolgar's trying to haggle.
How about 16 and I won't punch you?
He's like, you're a funny fella, aren't you? Appreciate, and he looks at Emlen. Appreciate the money there, sir.
Oh man.
He says, right.
Never mind.
There you go. Dare say you're gonna need some grain to feed the horse with. I know you're not gonna have a whole lot of room to keep it, but maybe throw a couple of sacks up and you can sit on the sacks, mate. But if you head over to the mill, right over there behind here on the edge of the lake, I'm sure they can sell you a couple of bags of grain before they grind it all into flour.
Horse will be fine.
We don't need to feed this horse.
We'll get some grain.
Everything Tolgar says.
Tolgar knows nothing of the real world. He doesn't know how things work in general.
After we thank the Cartwright, I would just look to Tolgar and be like, "What is gold to you?"
Well, basically,
we live in a cave.
You can get sacks of grain for about a silver, about silver or 2 a sack. So get 2 good sacks of grain, and that'll feed your horse for each sack will feed about 3 days.
Okay. All right.
I just think I should get things cheaper than they should be.
Yeah, but if we need
on the grounds that he is huge and has massive arms.
I see.
This materialism that people seem to have, it doesn't make any sense to me. If we need something, we'll kill for it. Right now we have it, so we don't need to kill for it.
All right, okay. And with that being said, I think you're set to travel Arundel the Near. If that's where you're going.
Yay!
Emlen's on 13 health, woohoo!
Yay! That's more than he usually has.
Alrighty. And that seems like the perfect place to leave it.
We did it!
We're out at the end of the show. And it's not a cliffhanger, but it's a nice, neat, tidy little package. wrapped up in a Lilith-shaped O. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also guys, don't forget, to keep up with all things How We Roll, follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website, www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers guys!
Hey guys, Dragon Spooker here for How We Roll. Thank you so much for watching tonight. For something a little different, please check out my channel, twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. For stream times, follow me on Twitter via @dragonspooker. See you next time.
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter @Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably gonna kill my character at some point. And two is to keep this as short as possible.
Jane is just so lazy. Oh.
So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so @MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. Already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter @Aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter @JaneOnTwitch. That's with a 0, not an O. Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!